Over the last several months, there's something unexplainable appearing in the night, from the skies over Missouri to above the Pacific Ocean.
It's not a satellite, it's not a meteor.
All baffling pilots mid-flight.
I don't know what the common denominator is, but it's always at the bottom of the Big Dipper.
Mark Hulsey is a former F-18 fighter pilot. This August, he was piloting a private jet off the coast of Los Angeles when he says he saw as many as 7 mysterious objects appearing to fly thousands of feet above him. This is audio from that night alerting air traffic control.
Are they going around in circles? Maybe 3 aircraft.
Roger. Yeah, I don't know. You're not entering any military airspace or anything. I'm not sure.
The clip obtained by Ben Hansen, a researcher who has spoken to dozens of pilots of commercial flights that have recently had similar encounters.
So it seems like it might be getting more frequent?
It's either getting more frequent or it's getting noticed more.
Okay, there it is.
But while no one seems to know what they're seeing, Hulsey is sure these fast-orbiting objects aren't satellites or any known military aircraft.
There's nothing that flies that high. So the odds of it being a military aircraft doing high G loads like that, it's impossible. It's completely impossible.
Does this phenomenon seem to be under intelligent control?
That's the only thing it could be. I mean, it's either artificial or biological.
It all comes on the heels of a congressional hearing earlier this year where intelligence officials testified for the first time ever that there were about 400 new sightings of unidentifiable objects, adding UAP reports are frequent and continuing.
No, I do not.
Okay, strange.
And this latest wave of sightings from pilots could be just the beginning.
I bet.
No, I do not.
Okay, strange.
And this latest wave of sightings from pilots could be just the beginning.
I bet my life on it. There are many more pilots and a lot more videos that are going to come out. I know this is going to happen. I know it is.
Gotti, you mentioned that there's a government report that is expected to come out. What do you think will be in that?
Yeah, the Pentagon report is expected to be given to Congress by the end of the month. It could either provide an explanation for the increasing number of sightings that we're seeing, or it could reveal some more information about new encounters. The question really is how much of it is going to be declassified. Meanwhile, Mark says he was told his report is going to be included in that review for Congress, and based on other pilots he's been talking to, he is convinced dozens of commercial pilots are going to be coming forward describing the same kind of lights flying in that racetrack-like pattern in the direction of the Big Dipper. The craziest part of his story, he says, is he saw a shooting star during all of this that was coming in that direction too. And he's like, oh my gosh, there's a shooting star happening as well. And then that shooting star joined in the pattern that those other lights were flying, something he's never seen before.
Whoa. Dozens of pilots can't be making this happen.
Yeah.
All right, Shalom. This is Howard 1 by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, like Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nagwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, man, we got to be almost out of here, you know, because he said the chariots are what? Our reports are frequent and continuing, so they're increasing. You know, the chariot sightings. And now a few things stuck out to me. They brought up 7. They brought up the Big Dipper. They said below, they keep appearing below the Big Dipper, and they're running in a racetrack pattern in a circle in that area below the Big Dipper. And on the recording from the pilot, he was saying that it was strange. All right. So all of those stick out because those are scriptural, and, you know, and that's the time we're in, man. Let me get this real quick because this happened in around 169 or 168 BC. Really 168, right before Antiochus Epiphanes was making his second voyage into Egypt to try to take over Egypt. That's when he came and was coming up against us, all right, and burned down, desecrated the temple, all right. That's when you get the whole story of the Maccabees. Now, so the thought would be what? Well, let me get this first. Matter of fact, there you go. Because this is, I believe we're in this time right here. All right, it says here, Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh will lift up a standard against him, man. All right. And the Lord is giving his angels charge over his elect. So, matter of fact, let me get that. Wow, kind. Let me get that. Ezekiel 38, because that's what time we're in, man. World War III kicking off and the fall of America. Ezekiel 38. Matter of fact, let me get this. All right, this is Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, or amongst the nations. This is our proclamation. Prepare war. See, that's what the Lord is saying, man. Prepare war. He's ready to go to war with them. Wake up the mighty men. And that's why you have people showing up with Russia with the names of General Armageddon, you know. So all their mighty men are waking up, ready for war. Like Kim Jong-un, Putin, getting all their technology together. Wake up the mighty men and their soldiers. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. So they already prepared that. They're getting their nuclear arsenals ready. Right now they're ready to shoot them off. And they beat their plowshares into swords. Like Russia has been preparing for war with America and its allies for almost 10 years. And you're pruning hooks into spears. All right, so they're creating them ICBM missiles. Let the weak say, I am strong. So the weak proxy nations are saying they're strong now. Even nations like Russia and China are saying they're strong. That's the Most High controlling it. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. His mighty ones are who? The angels. So that's what we're praying for the Lord to send his mighty angels to come down. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry us home, right? This is Luke 21. And wow, man, it's crazy. Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. All right, so these are signs amongst the stars of those chariots as well. He said one of them looked like a shooting star, and it joined into the circle of chariots that looked like they were moving in like a racetrack, like a circle in the lower regions of the Big Dipper. Now that's important as well, because that's in the scriptures. And upon the earth, distress of nations. See, that's happening right now. With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right, and that's twofold. Meaning the earth going to shake to and fro. All right, and these heathens, they're going to be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So Yahweh is going to send Yahweh Shai in a huge giant chariot. He got many chariots with him. And he's going to send out those chariots to gather the elect all right, and take us to Yahweh Shai. And when these things begin to come to pass, especially once they push that, you already know, the MOTB, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. That means it's not going to just be chariot sightings anymore. The Lord going to give them what? He said, Psalms 91, them chariots going to come down. All right. This is Psalms 91. And 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh to thee. That's on the day of salvation. Be taken up into the chariots. Because thou hast made Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee. So he said, come out of her, my people. In Revelation 11, the elect going to be taken up into those chariots. Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways, and they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. So they're going to bring you right into the chariots to make sure you don't fall and take care of you. All right. So he's saying in his wings shalt thou trust. All right. So let me get this real quick, because these what time we in, man. He said a few things stuck out to me. All right. And he said they kept bringing up 7 mysterious objects. Now, also, I think the Big Dipper is 7 stars. And then you have Pleiades, which is 7 stars. All right, this is all symbolic and spiritual, because they saw the chariots moving in a racetrack formation, a circle, in the lower regions of the Big Dipper. I'm going to show you something. It says 7 mysterious objects, new pilot reports of Ufo'S chariot sightings. Revelations 1 and 20. 19, I mean. Write the thing, no, verse 18, because this is symbolic. These are signs, right, to show signs about Yahushua. It says, I am he that liveth and was dead. That's Yahushua, man. He's showing that he's alive. And behold, I am alive forevermore, Amen. And have the keys of hell and death, man, to free us out of this bondage in this place. Write the things which thou hast seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter. That's what he told John. That's what John the Revelator wrote about. The things that he saw, he witnessed in the past, and the things that he was witnessing at that present on the Isle of Patmos, and write the visions that were to come in the future. Verse 20. And this was one of them. The mystery of the 7 stars. See, it's symbolic. 7 churches that represent the elect, which thou sawest in my right hand, and the 7, wow, spiritual, and the 7 golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, which represent the prophets that were sent out at that time to watch over those churches. And the 7 candlesticks which thou sawest are the 7 churches. And today that spiritually represents the 7,000 that the Lord has kept for himself, that has not bowed the knee to Baal. 7,000 represents completion. So that's the elect. All right, so that's spiritual, man. Let me get this real quick. It's deep. Watch how deep. What? All right, so let's read this real quick. Job 9 and 4. This is the ushering in of Yahushua. This is all part of it. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who have hardened himself against him and have prospered. And that's what the Lord has hardened the heart of Pharaoh. And look what happened to Pharaoh with Egypt. Now Esau has been they represent Pharaoh today, spiritual Egypt. And the Lord has hardened their heart towards us and towards Yahweh. and Yahweh Shai. So who has done that and ever prospered? So they're not going to prosper. Which removeth the mountains, and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger. All right, let me get down to the point. Verse 9. Which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades in the chambers of the south. All right, so which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without number. Now, Arcturus is where those chariots were spotted at, right up below the Big Dipper. It says, the star Arcturus is easy to identify. Use the Big Dipper to follow the arc to Arcturus and drive a spike to Spica, which is right below Arcturus. Arcturus is a red giant star located only 37 light years away, and the fourth brightest star is in the sky, and the brightest one in the northern half of the sky. So now let's get this picture real quick. Look at that. So this is around the region where they were spotting the chariots. And this right here represents, it says the Arcturus arc. It's like a connection from the Big Dipper, leads you right to the Arcturus and Spica, or whatever that is. But the Lord is saying that he created this, Yahushua. All right? He created this. Even the Big Dipper. Okay? He created Pleiades, which is 7 stars. The Big Dipper is 7 stars. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right? So, let me get this one more. It says, Job 38 and 31. Canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades? And Pleiades is a different constellation, but it's still 7 stars, you know. It's, some have said that that's actually the Big Dipper, but the Big Dipper has 7, and Pleiades has 7 as well. It says, or loose the bands of Orion. All right. So can they do that? No. The Lord connected them. Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth, which is just another word for constellation, in his season? Or canst thou guide Arcturus with his sons? And that's talking about the other stars. Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? See, the ordinances of heaven, which is what the Lord created in the heavens, and what it does upon the earth. All right, so yeah, they saw these chariots moving in a circular formation, probably around the arc of Arcturus. All right, so that's how it looks, the constellation form. You got the Big Dipper, but the Big Dipper leads straight to Arcturus. All right, and of course these aren't the real names of it. They got biblical names. All these stars and planets. I may have to do a lesson on that, Yahweh Razazah, later. All right, that guy said it, man. He said it was strange, and it keeps, he don't know what it is, but it keeps showing up around below the Big Dipper, and that's what Arcturus area and Big Dipper. Now it says Amos 5 and 8. Seek him that maketh the 7 stars, man. All right, going to the Big Dipper, also the 7 stars of Pleiades. Look at that. All right, this is the Pleiades star cluster. Look at that, man. Supposed to be 7 stars. All right. So these are the 7 stars of Pleiades. The constellation called Pleiades. That's not the real name of it, though. think it's begin with a ka sound. I can look it up, but I just want to move on with the lesson. Now, the 7 stars, man. So the Lord made this. Look at that. It's beautiful, man. So he made that to represent, he made a reflection of us in the heavens. The 7 stars, the 7 churches, the 7 angels, you know? So, and let's get Orion real quick. All right, this is Orion. And some say it's like a bear, some say it's like a hunter, you know, or the Big Dipper is like a bear, but some say it's a hunter. This right here, the Orion. But that hunter would be Yahushua, all right? He's the one that's going to hunt down the prey. But he made this. Yahushua made it. Let's get it. Seek him, Amos 5:8. Seek him, and that's what we're doing, seeking Yahushua, the face of Yahweh, spiritually. Seek him that maketh the 7 stars and Orion, and turneth the shadow of death into morning. See, they had the keys of hell and death. That's what this is symbolic of, signs in the heavens, that Yahushua is about to return. And maketh the day dark with night, that calleth for the waters of the sea and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. Yahweh is his name, and Yahushua is his son's name, if thou canst tell, right? I'm just saying Proverbs 30:4. Now, because that shows you what time we're in. The Lord's saying, wake up the mighty men, and he's calling his mighty ones to come down, his angels, because they ready to start this war. Russia's talking about them releasing radiation into the air, shooting out their first nuke. All right, this is Second Maccabees 5:1. All right, this happened in 168 BC when Antiochus was making his second voyage. The first voyage was when he went to Egypt. I think it was going against Ptolemy the 8th, which was like his family member. He was trying to take over Egypt, all right? He wanted to rule over Egypt too, all right? The powers of Egypt, which was ran by Esau at that time. It says, about the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt, just like Esau's preparing their takeover right now. And then it happened that through all the city, for the space of almost 40 days, almost a month, in a few days, there were seen horsemen running in the air. That's what he said, like they were racing in a circle. And he said he saw one chariot, it looked like a shooting star. He said, oh, look, a comet. At the same time, they were having those chariot sightings. But then this so-called comet stopped and joined into the circle of chariots that were racing in a circle around the regions of the Big Dipper and Arcturus. All right, so they were running in the air, man. Those are chariots, angels, not airplanes, in cloth of gold and armed with lances, like a band of soldiers. So they prepared for war. And the troops of horsemen in array, man, in a circle, encountering and running one against another. And encountering and running one against another with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes and drawing of swords and casting of darts and glittering of golden ornaments and harness of all sorts, man. Wherefore every man prayed that the apparition might turn to good. And that's what they're hoping now. They seeing it and they're like, what the heck is this about? They said it's strange, it's bugging them out, man. So these angels are getting prepared to deliver the elect of Israel. He said these, where is it at? There you go, let me get this real quick. he said, Zechariah 1:18, then lifted I up mine eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns. That's talking about those nations, all right? What do you call the Assyrians, or the Babylonians, the Persians and the Medes, the Greeks, and the Roman Empire. All right. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these? And he answered, these be the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. So they scattered us around the 4 corners of the earth. They were confederate against us, all those nations. All right. And over those courses of us, of those kingdoms, we've been scattered. And Yahweh showed me 4 carpenters, 4 archangels. Then said I, what come these to do? So what are they coming to do? The angels. And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, all right, those kingdoms. But the hunter that made Orion, Yahushua, is about to rise up against the prey. But these are come to fray them. See, the angels are showing up to scatter them and chase them out now and put them in fear. To cast out the horns of the Gentiles, all right, their kingdoms. Horns represent something that's exalted, right? The tip of something, the top, which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah to scatter it, man. So now the Lord is sending his angels to scatter them. All right, so let me get this, end it with this one.
Ever that there were about 400 new sightings of unidentifiable objects, adding UAP reports are frequent and continuing.
No, I do not.
That's strange.
All right, it said all kinds of strange. She didn't know what the heck it was. All right, you already know the scripture, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1 and 5:2. When they see it, say they finally seeing it, all right, they shall be troubled, just like Antiochus Epiphanes and his army were. They were troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Because this is salvation for the elect, but it's strangeness to the heathens in 2/3. All right, the curse that groweth across the face of the earth, but they out there preparing for battle, preparing for the signal, the green light from Yahushua, from Yahweh. So far beyond all that they look for. See, they looking for aliens and shit. Little green men, but no, those are the angels of the Lord. All right, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime in derision, and a proverb of reproach. So that's what's about to happen, man. All right, so Revelations 1-7. All right, he said like a band of angels, and they said it. It was they were moving in a circle in the region of the Big Dipper, which is around Arcturus, and the Lord is proud of that. He said he made that, he created that, and can they change that or bend or break it? The bands that the Lord has created, the arcs and everything out there with the stars, like Etch-a-Sketch. Revelations 1-7. Behold, he cometh with clouds. So Yahushua is showing up with the chariots, and he's going to send the angels out to gather the elect. And every eye shall see him. See, they all going to see it. All over the earth and on the media. And they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.